Okay. I think this one I did not get answered last week, and then I can pick up from there. I believe that's probably a good spot right there.
Cool.
So that was Adam reposted from YouTube. Bradley, interesting work you are doing with using expired domains for backlinks to power up Google properties. Do you take any consideration that using separate servers for each domain build out? Okay, yeah. So this wasn't a follow-up question that I know did not get answered last week. It was right at the end of the webinar. And that was in regards to the link building service that my link building methods now, which I provide as a service also for mastermind members. But I teach on how to do it too in the mastermind. But that is where I go out and scrape domains. I've got 3 domain crawlers now that are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I just got my 3rd one yesterday, actually, that are scraping for domains, finding expired domains. And I do it by top level categories. I've got one scraping legal sites because I've got several legal type clients. I've got one scraping health sites for dentists and chiropractors and physician stuff. And then I've got another one scraping for business domains, which covers all contractors and everything else. So what I do is go out and find expired domains that are topically relevant to the project that I need them for. And then we go register those domains. The metric that I care about, I don't care about referring to, they got to have a minimum of 5 referring domains, but like a lot of the other metrics, Moz and like all the Ahrefs metrics like DR and all that, I don't give a shit about those. I don't care at all about those metrics. What I care about is topical relevance, and Majestic is the only tool that I know of that measures topical relevance of links. And so what I do is I go try to hunt down domains that are topically relevant, not just the page, but the entire domain that is in the appropriate topical trust flow category, which is not always accurate, but it's close. It's a pretty good indicator that the site itself was topically relevant. And so that's what I do is I go hunt down those domains that can be registered for the cost of registration, that were topically relevant to the project that I need them for. And then I register them, and we build HTML sites, simple single page HTML sites that link to their intended target, not PBNs. I'm not posting 8,000 articles on it. I don't do that. It dilutes the power of any one link. So what I do is rebuild that domain specifically for one client, one project, and then I link to that project with an HTML page with well-developed content that's relevant, and that's it. And it's been working great. I've got, like, my entire link building business is now focused around doing just that, and it's been working good. So as far as hosting them on different servers, I'm using Terry Kyle's cloudboss.pro, which is great for this stuff, for HTML sites. You can also do stuff with CMSs and WordPress and stuff, but that's not what I'm doing because I'm not doing PBNs. There's no need for that. I just do HTML sites, single page sites. And cloudboss.pro is really good for that because it connects with Amazon S3 and Rackspace. There's different levels you can get. So the number of sites that you can host. Amazon S3, you can attach as many accounts as you want to that, however many accounts you have. And it also integrates with some other cloud hosting providers or cloud like VPSs, essentially, like DigitalOcean, Vultr, Linode, Joyent, a couple of those others. Although there's been some issues recently, I've been working with Terry Kyle, the developer and the owner, to get some of those resolved. DigitalOcean is working now. Vultr is sometimes working, sometimes not. But so yes, I use different servers, as well as S3 has dozens of IPs depending on which data center you use. Rackspace has only about 6 or 8 data centers. But then you can also do things like use Cloudflare, which Cloudflare gives you a whole nother set of IPs. And IP blocks or ranges as well. So there's, you can be quite diverse using just that and that alone. And then each time, like, for example, DigitalOcean, I think there's like 11 different data centers there. And so you can actually set up different VPSs with it through DigitalOcean, for example. Vultr is the same thing, that connect. And so you can have multiple VPSs connected to CloudBoss. And each time you create a new instance, a new VPS, even if it's in the same data center, it will oftentimes generate a completely different, it's a unique IP. So it ends up being, you get IP diversity too. So yes, absolutely. As Jeremy, though, we were just talking about Jeremy from Press Advantage. He was saying in one of our threads in Mastermind that the IP diversity isn't quite quite the requirement like it was, or as necessary as it was several years ago, because of things like Cloudflare and stuff like that, where it's a block of an IP range that they have that, I mean, millions of websites are on now. So it does help certainly to have some IP diversity. There's no question, but it's not quite as critical as it was years ago, before there were a lot of these like DNS providers, and reverse proxies and that kind of stuff, reverse DNS and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, you can certainly get a very wide range of IPs using just the integrations that are available, and in some tweaking methods within those integrations as well. So it was a good question.